Good morning. Did you know that it's time for a new decisive battle? And that battle begins. Hold on. Nope. Nope, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're ready. We're ready. Sorry, I'm just an idiot. And now, welcome to the void. Welcome back to the void. Welcome to the breakfast void.
The breakfast void.
Here in the breakfast void, you may be asking yourself, what occurs in the breakfast void? A battle. A battle is raging between two factions. One who is winning by only 2 points.
They're tied.
One who is one who is in the lead by just 1 point.
Three points. 2 points.
We have a fun new feature that we are debuting this morning that we wanted to try out. And also, if you hate this, if you hate weird white void, scary office building. But first in the void, a snack.
Put it on your cookie. Tiny Eddie's glazed rubber cupcakes.
I can't have those, Eddie.
Kill your wife. Tiny Eddie's glazed rubber cupcakes. StephenVOD from Anissa says, hey Eddie, what's on the menu today? Put cupcakes on your cookies. You're eating rubber. It's going to be rough for you anyway. At least they're glazed. So as a full announcement, when you submit 500 bits this morning with either the words tea or coffee, you will be able to change the way in which the world is perceived, which is just a fancy way of saying you'd be able to change the background. Which we've had that idea for a long time, to like give control of the background to viewers. Oh, it's tea. This is 500 bits from Tiger says, let's test that then. Tea. Space Fixer, we have power over time and space. This is an idea that we've actually had for a while. And then I mentioned it to Chaz yesterday. It's like, Chaz, you want to do that? And Chaz was like, mm-hmm.
That is all he said.
That is all he said. There was no further conversation. Nothing. It was just 1,000.
He was not thrilled you called him.
No, he would. No, he was. In fact, he even said, I think, "Wow, my good friend, Stephen George, you are calling me now. This is great." And then he did this, and it happened. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Anyway, Slick Took says, "But how do we bring it back to the void?" I don't know. I don't know that there's a way to do that. I don't know that there's a magical keyword for like neutrality or anything. So it's tea and coffee now, baby. No way to get back to the void. Good. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I didn't tweet about this morning, and I was in the process of it.
And then you spilled tea.
And then I spilled my tea. We actually are drinking tea and coffee this morning. I also got coffee, I got tea. I stubbed my toe, and I went, ah! and I just barely moved it, and it was like, slosh. Landed right where I was going to sit, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like... And I didn't really have a choice, so I just sat in it. It wasn't a lot, but I did sit right in my tea, so I've got tea on both ends this morning.
New environmentally friendly ceramic packaging. Tiny Eddie's professors roasted herbaceous secret.
Did I hear ceramic?
You did.
New environmentally friendly ceramic packaging. I mean, I guess it could have been worse. Keramike. That was a bit from Leaf, who says, well, what's tea or coffee without Tiny Eddie original? Tiny Eddie's professors roasted herbaceous secret.
Did you see what chat said?
Yes. Professor's roasted secret is ceramic. That's just coffee or tea in a mug. Environmentally friendly ceramic. Love ceramic. Let me get this tweet out. Because I sometimes I forget to do it. It's not, well, I guess it's not even forgetting. It's just, you know, if I get busy with like the morning.
The morning.
Here, I'm gonna do this.
You could read out what you're typing.
Hey, we did a thing. There, that's it. That's all I'm putting. Done. Beautiful. The world's best tweet. I won an award.
Already? Wow.
Yeah, I actually just got it. I just got my award for the best tweet.
You hit tweet and the
You just came
AI
back.
was just like,
Wow, congrats. Good job. And I said, thank you. Thank you. Was that supposed to be God? Who is Jed?
No, it's Jed.
Thomas, like, the shadow of Jed behind you. And it's like, who's Jed? And why does he spell his name with a G? Yeah, it's not, you know, listen, this is, listen, just let Jed, let's let Jed be there. Where was I? We had 500 bits from Squid, who says, coffee time. And then also 500 bits from Leaf, who says, coffee. Yeah, it can't double up, though. So, like, a tea person has to change it to tea. And then, so I have to, you guys know how this works. It is fun, however, to allow the audience to have control of that. Because, like, we don't know when it's going to change. It's just, it's just there. And maybe we can play around with that a little bit more, too. We got 44 months from Synthetic 20 TTV. A subscription from B. Croaky. Welcome. 25 months from Phoenix Zuzo. We got 37 months from Darkness Bride. 17 from Neji 10 Forever 67. 45 months at Tier 2. Gold Toast from Kaylin Lux. 23 months from Justin the Light. 22 months from Desitel Racing. 33 from MelZD. 21 from The Great Perhaps. 32 from Am in Iowa. 300 bits from Radio Dread says, related to what kind of alert this is. I'm still kind of traumatized by the thumbnail of the latest Pokemon episode. Thanks, Santa Steven. Oh, is it the Mr. Mime one? I was trying to think. I was like, which one is it? It's Mr. Mime. I've been making all of the thumbnails for the Pokemon episodes. Obviously, Dan is doing the episodes themselves, but the thumbnails have been fun to make and come up with. Dan's been killing it with the Pokemon episodes. I know we talked about that recently, but like they're real good. They're real good. And even some of the recent ones have been, I think, some of the best in the series so far. They are very funny. And getting chased by a horror clown is just part of the Pokemon experience, actually. How's your Chobani?
Good.
Good. I didn't get anything to eat.
I noticed.
Yeah, I didn't. But I'm also not super hungry. So maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll, you know, get something. Maybe I won't. I still have the box of Tropicana Crunch sitting next to me on the floor.
We still have orange juice.
I do have orange juice. I don't think I want orange juice in my tea. The tea that I'm drinking this morning, by the way, is white tea with raspberry. And that's nice. It's a nice, refreshing taste. We get 10 months from Tom Moran, 712. Pink Matima gifted a sub to Pichu Kid. 43 months from Arian, 22 months. 22 months from Stoop Kid. 500 bits from the Reload says, welcome to the coffee dimension, or whatever fresh hell this is. Help! We're entering a division of space and time known as the coffee zone.
That's
Actually, I mean, we're in tea land right now.
Tea land.
Tea land. 41 months from Cassie, 31 months from Epic DXX. 500 bits from Zyler says, asserting dominance with a T pose. Get it? The TEA. You get it. 500 bits from Mr. Vibe Frank says, this is going to be like the fairy godmothers in Sleeping Beauty, isn't it? Anyway, T. And 500 bits from Item Crafting Live, it says, let's not clown around. Be the winner, coffee or tea. Balance is within all our grasps. Is this going to switch it or do nothing? Based on how things usually work with Chaz stuff, I would venture that it just randomizes it. So there's a chance it could be coffee or tea, and because it's already tea, it just stays tea. Probably a 50-50 chance. Because if it was anything other than a 50-50 chance, that means that Chaz would be biased towards coffee or tea. And I don't know that Chaz likes either, to be honest. Chaz doesn't drink coffee. Does Chaz drink tea? I don't think so. I'm not sure. Chaz is, yeah, Chaz is Team Coke Zero. If we once we get Morning Coke, then the background will just be red. We've got
the can by itself.
Just a floating 3-dimensional can. We had 12 months from Cavi Mama. That is a year. Congrats on the one. Got that one this morning. We had 5 gift subs from Colin as well. To the Magical Gamer, Scuba Steve 90,000, Zero Suit Toadette, D-Knob 98, and Doan 2300. Colin, thank you. Appreciate it. And 41 months from Vegetable Sorbet, and 35 months from Sylvana. Did it. I got through the alerts. You're welcome.
Good job.
It's probably a little hard to notice because of the background, but my hair this morning is crazy.
You need a haircut.
I need a haircut. I took a shower last night before bed, and then I got in bed and I slept on my head, which is what you do. I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, not on my head, not like in like a handstand. Like, I didn't sleep solely on my head. That'd be crazy and painful. But yeah, I woke up and it was like this, and I had a comb, and I was like, nope. And I put some water on it, and I was like, and it did not do anything. And why not let it go? No. I want it to be. Like, look how much I didn't. When did I get my hair cut? I don't even know. I don't even know.
It's very long.
It's very long. I need to get Nessa's mom costume. I'm kind of there. I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I was like, man, I look like Sonic the Hedgehog today. Gotta go fast. Anyway, I don't know. I sincerely wish that I had my hair shorter, but I'll deal with that in the near future.
Yeah, hopefully this week.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I'll see what my mom's up to, but that would be good. I want to take a haircut soon.
No, Satsy, I didn't. I missed it by an hour because I had the time wrong. I'm very mad.
It's fine. It's fine. We had 500 bits from Ange Min, who changed their background to
Coffee.
coffee. And then
La di da.
500 bits from Goldmage, who says, first time attending one of these live in a while. It's so nice and relaxing to be here. I wonder if Skull or Pumpkin or Lemonade or Water or Eggnog have options. Apparently there's water now. Chaz says, I didn't say it was only coffee or tea. Okay, well, you know, it looks like either options are being added on the fly, or Chaz has just been sitting on all these other things that he refused to tell me about.
Refused? Did you ask?
Well, did not voluntarily divulge to me. How about that?
This is him getting back at you for calling yesterday and being like, what if for tomorrow, so you have less than a day.
It's an idea we've discussed before, but yes, I did suggest, oh my god.
La di
The bubbles. I'm so close to the bubbles. I'm so close to the bubbles. That was 500 bits from Leaf, who says, if we're using established teams, then what about hot chocolate? I mean, that's... Look at the mane on this horse. I don't know how many people are going to get that. 15 months from Star Pony. Whee! Did you like that? Because that's what sound the pony makes.
La di da.
Chessa, that's all 4 of them.
Mr. Viperfang says, is lemonade one of them? No. Coffee, tea, hot chocolate, water. Thomas really wants eggs. Anyway, maybe, you know, maybe it's also something that we could add to, you know. If folks have fun with it, maybe we could do it again on Thursday and have, you know, additional fun with it. Additional egg. Anyway. I know people love egg. Nunshu says, so do they all randomize? Coffee, tea, water, hot chocolate? I believe they do, and you landed on hot chocolate, which we already were on. You should have done coffee, tea, water to get something different, but you landed on hot chocolate again. You can only drink skeletons one time a year. Just one time a year. There's one
They're
month.
only in season.
They're only in season 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
In the month of October is when you can take someone's bones and grind them into a special drink. That's only the one time. Only one time. It's when everyone overlooks the sins. Thoughts on Tim Hortons? Oh, we love Tim Hortons. We don't have any.
Yeah.
But they are in the U.S. There's just none in the Southeast.
No.
They're very much like a Midwestern thing.
There's some in Ohio? Michigan, maybe? I haven't been to Maine, Michigan.
Because it's...
Lower Michigan.
Tim Hortons... Okay, so Tim Hortons is an egg. And what they've done is they cracked the Tim Hortons egg over the top of the continent, right? Just follow me. It makes sense.
I'm trying, but I'm not.
They've cracked the Tim Hortons egg on the continent up at the top where Canada is. So all of the yolk is all over Canada. We're covered in yolk, says Canada. Then the drippings of the yolk are just slowly coming down into the U.S., which is why those drippings aren't very far yet. The yolk drippings aren't to the southeast. That's why they're up at Ohio and Michigan and, you know, that. So we don't have any, but maybe at some point we'll get one. Oh, Thomas says it cooked and it couldn't keep dripping down. I think it will.
La, dee, da.
I saw that, Brandon.
But I like their coffee. I like their donuts. We've had their donuts a few times. We had them in Vancouver, and then we also had them when we were in
Ohio.
Ohio, yeah. They got the little round ones. Tim
Bits.
Rounds.
Bits.
Tim Rounds. Anyway, Bob Derwitz and Cobalt Custard says, enter the coffee dimension. Wait, how does gravity work here? Are those beans stacked vertically, or are you two just lying down? What do the other 3 off-camera directions look like? This is spooky. Listen. The universe is flat. There is no 3 dimensions to anything. Reach out, touch your screen. Is it flat? Solved. 500 bits from Item Crafting Live says coffee, tea, milk, water. Just makes me think of ordering a green tea latte with an added shot of espresso. What's everyone's specialty drink things?
At a coffee shop?
Yeah. Because I don't have one.
Oh.
And I always feel...
I get different things based on what I'm in the mood for.
What's it like to know enough about what you're ordering to be able to order it?
Great.
A flat white.
Flat white's good.
Epsom. A common thing at the coffee shop. 4 cream, 4 sugar, and half hot chocolate.
If I can get something cold, though, like cold brew or an iced latte, that's what I tend to go for. But sometimes you want a warm drink, so I'll get an Americano or a flat white.
So I normally do like the confused dad thing, and I go up and I say, just like the normal coffee, and this hand motion of like, please help me. I usually do that with just black, or sometimes I will, if we're at the place that does the cold brew, I'll say cold brew.
And then they'll ask,
this hand motion never changes.
do you want cream or sugar? And you say no, and then they like look at you.
Yeah, and then they press the button on the wall that makes the buzzer go off that says psychopath alert.
Ooh, espresso affogato is good.
How do you know what these things are? They're barely words. Is it French? Is that what that is? Is that Italian?
Italian.
Anyway. They usually put that button under the counter, like a silent alarm. Yeah. Anyway.
Spiffle's right. Drip coffee black.
Well, here's the thing. I'm sure that would be fine. However, you know what also works? Is regular coffee. The normal, special coffee. Hi, I don't know where I'm at. Can you just normal coffee? Just, you know, that's been serving me well for a long time. And it's great. The other thing is that, like, they could probably hand me anything and, like, it would be fine. Like, if I was just like, if I went to the Starbucks and I was like, surprise me, it'd probably be fine. I don't want any whipped cream in my thing, but I also don't go to Starbucks to get a milkshake. It seems like a lot of those things are vaguely milkshake-esque. I just want the coffee. Where was I? Sorry, I took a trip.
Yeah.
We took a little trip. I'm back from that trip now. I know they have the milkshake primarily. I've seen the people with the milkshake. So here's my thing. If I want to get a milkshake, I'll just go to like the milkshake place.
Chaz calling you out.
I would be fine with everything. Wait, actually I hate almost everything they make. It's just one ingredient. Leave the whipped cream out. Everything else will be fine. I will drink the coffee milkshake, but that's not typically what I want. If I go to a coffee shop, I want to get just the coffee. That's what I want. What's wrong with my voice this morning? Did I scream all night in my sleep?
Yes.
Oh no, not again. Did you sleep okay with all the screaming?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't feel sick. I don't think I'm sick. But my voice is all like, ah. Anyway. Ooh, this gets a little bitter at the end. Oh, should I have taken out the tea bag?
Yeah.
We turning into a little bitter boy. Yeah, I probably should have taken that tea bag out. It's fine. 500 bits from the Leaf, who says, "Can I look at hot chocolate again to help me recover from that egg tail?" Yeah. Just wait until Thomas forces Chaz to add egg on Thursday, and then we can all look at egg together.
Do I want to?
Listen. Thomas is so excited about egg. I also have historically been excited about egg. I mean, since I was a young boy. My mom was like, "We're going to have eggs this morning." I was like, "Yes! Yes!" You know, that's the sound that, you know, I would make. Just because I enjoy eggs so much. Did you ever put ketchup on your eggs or no?
No.
No?
Never.
We got any egg ketchup people? It's not super common. I'm just curious. My dad always did that, and I would do it occasionally. It's not something I need. Oh, some people are confused, or they say it sounds bad. It's not bad. Like, so tomatoes and eggs go together. Like, you can eat, like, either, like, a slice of tomato, or ketchup, or salsa. I love salsa.
Or you can
on eggs.
saute cherry tomatoes.
We've done that before. Yep. So yeah, eggs and tomatoes actually go together really well. And there's some people that they like to put ketchup on scrambled eggs, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm with Saga. I feel like it's better with an omelet. Salsa on an omelet is, it's so good. Ooh, it's so good. But like, I don't need it. But my dad, anytime he ever had scrambled eggs, I can remember growing up, like, ketchup. Is there something else you could put on eggs?
Cheese.
No. Condiment-wise.
Cheese.
That cheese is not a condiment. Unless you're doing, like, a cheese sauce, in which case I don't want any part of that.
That would be good.
Maple syrup. Yeah. I don't think I would put maple syrup just, like, straight up on my eggs, but I've had...
Ooh, sour cream. I've done that.
I've had it where, like, they put the pancakes and the eggs on the same plate, and then I do the syrup and it just kind of runs into the eggs, and, like, that's fine.
I'm not happy about that.
Really? What? It doesn't... Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say that if I feel that the right thing to do, this is just a noble cause now, the right thing to do if you're serving food at a breakfast place is to put the pancakes or any syrup-based stuff on a separate plate. That's the way it should be done. Although, IHOP, I don't know if they still do this, IHOP put all of their pancakes on a plate that was barely bigger than the pancakes. I don't know if y'all have ever been to the IHOP and they did this to you, but like, you would get a stack of like, 3 to 5 pancakes, and the plate is almost the same stupid size. And like, what are you supposed to do, IHOP? What do you expect us to do? You're gonna come clean up the table after, and there's gonna be syrup everywhere because it's gonna go everywhere. It does. I mean, yeah, it does make the pancakes look bigger. It makes you think you got more than you got.
about IHOP size.
I just
Old man yells at IHOP.
it's a problem, and it's just something that you have to accept about life, and I hate that. You know what I normally do at the IHOP? This is true. Normally what I do at the IHOP is I don't even eat my pancakes until the end, because I'll clean my plate and then move the pancakes onto the bigger plate. Anyway, what was I doing?
Ranting about IHOP. I mean, Waffle House does the same thing with a waffle.
No.
It's the same size.
No. Do you know why it doesn't matter?
Because the waffles have pockets.
They have the divots. Waffles have the divots. They're holding the syrup for you in the same amount of surface area, so you're good. The pancake doesn't have that. And you can help a little bit if you give it a little poke with the fork so it gets down in the holes, but it ain't enough. So much work to eat at the IHOP. I agree. I agree. Unless you're going to do something that's not pancakes. But why would you order something other than pancakes at the place that has pancakes in the name? That's really bitter. I drink black coffee and that is really bitter. Holy crap. You should have a taste of this.
No.
You should try it.
No.
So you know. So
No.
well, then you will know what I'm talking about.
You suffer.
You don't. I don't care. You suffer. Mallory 2022. It'd be like a bonding experience. You want to bond with me? Don't you want to know what this?
Enough.
I want to finish this. Why? For what? I don't even need to. It's water. It's water that
It's
made
leaf
this.
water.
I got this brain disease. It's like I
know.
gotta finish this. I
know.
gotta finish my food, and it's like it's water from the tap, man. Just it's fine. You don't have to drink that. You should have took the bag out. You didn't. It's okay. All right, I was reading things. I promise. 25 months from Forwolf.
Wait. Mal, I shocked myself plugging this thing, and you want to try it too?
I mean, if it didn't kill me, it could be fun. It's just nice to be. It's just nice to be on the same page about things. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Mal, I burnt my hand on the stove.
Maybe not that one. Maybe not. Like reverse it. Reverse it. If you did a thing, and you're like, Steven, you do the thing, then I might, but not the stove. That's kind of dumb. But like, you know, sometimes you shock yourself. You're like, ah, and then you're like, hey, come here, and then it's the same thing. It's marriage is really just suffering collectively. I think it's true. Anyway, I had to read these. I'm sorry. As soon as I'm gonna get through those, though, if you want to suffer together,
I'm suffering.
10 months from me and Dean. 12. 300 bits from Desitel Racing. It says U.S. locate. Oh wow! Here's the U.S. locations for Tim Hortons. New York has 245. There's a lot of Tim Hortons in the U.S.
Yeah.
And they're mostly in New York. 205 in Michigan, 135 in Ohio, 20 in Pennsylvania, 10 in West Virginia, 10 in Maine, 5 in Indiana, 2 in Kentucky, 2 in New Jersey, 1 in Virginia, and 1 in Maryland. So all you Marylanders that have the Tim Horton near you,
one Tim Horton.
you have the only Tim Hortons. How's that feel? You should feel really excited. And yeah, there's one in Virginia, but only the one. So you will have to make a pilgrimage. Penguin Frog says, where in New York? Apparently everywhere. 245. I wonder how many of those are in New York City. Because I would assume that it's either a lot in New York City or like practically none, and they're scattered in the rest of the state. There are 2 in Kentucky. Tim Hortons is good. Like if you get a chance, They do, I mean, you know, they have good... It's the way I've explained it to folks, and I think that this is a
I wondered where he was.
fair assessment, is that it's like Canadian Dunkin' Donuts. And I don't feel like that's slander in either direction. Like, Dunkin' Donut, I like Dunkin' Donut. You know, Tim Horton, I like Tim Horton. They're pretty similar. But they have, you know, slightly different menu items. You coming up? You coming up? You want to come up see us? You want to come up see everybody? Come here.
La dee da.
Come on. Good boy.
Hi, baby.
We're in the ocean. Or a cup of water or something. I don't know where we are. We're swimming. You want to go for a swim? No part of him would want to go for a swim.
Hi, good boy.
He good cat. 32 months. From Uchi Plays. 300 bits. From Goldmage, who says, also, I caught up on the second to the last Kirby stream where you may have implied the moon is equal to 5 to 6 semi-trucks. Wanted to say the moon is approximately 162 sextillion pounds, and a semi-truck is like 35,000. So the moon is equivalent to 4 quintillion, 628 quadrillion, 571 trillion, 428,571,000 semi-truck. Okay, well, you know. Maybe I was off by a few. In retrospect, I think that the moon would probably weigh closer to like 10 semi-trucks instead of 5.
I think that's closer.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's actually, that's a true statement. It's closer. That's good enough for me. We got 300 bits from II Smiter. It says, my once uncle said, you drink coffee the way your hair is. Proven by him and his wife. His wife was a blonde and had her coffee with cream and sugar, where he had dark brown or black hair and drank it black without sugar. Just an interesting thing that crossed my mind. I mean, I don't know how true that will be for everyone, but for me it applies, just because I like my coffee black. Of course, I like my hot chocolate
Da.
brown, which I guess is the only available color, unless you get it full of marshmallows. Do they do that at the place where you would get hot chocolate?
I never order hot chocolate.
Well, who does?
Sometimes I'll order it at Perkins.
I would get a
I
hot
have
chocolate.
good memories about ordering it at Perkins.
I would get a hot chocolate to go. I don't think I would sit at a restaurant and drink a hot chocolate, other than the one time I did. I did do that once.
Mm-hmm.
But like to order a hot chocolate and drink it at a restaurant with like food, that's hard, right? Because like the hot chocolate is the thing that like they're gonna charge you per thing. That's why I don't order chocolate milk with breakfast stuff very often.
Yeah.
I love chocolate milk. Having a glass of chocolate milk with like, you go to the IHOP, you get chocolate milk with it. That's wonderful. It makes you feel young. But they're gonna charge you every glass, so you can only drink one. So you gotta get like water and chocolate milk. But there was one time that we did go to a place in LA that advertised bottomless hot chocolate or whatever. And I was like, well, that's an interesting thing. And I think I had like 4 cups of hot chocolate.
You did.
And that was fun. That was fun.
Norms.
Yeah, that was actually really fun. Because having hot chocolate with like a breakfast thing, it's not bad. It's just, you know, I am someone who doesn't want to pay for every single cup of a thing I drink. So you have to like... Is that why I don't drink?
Yeah.
It's too expensive.
Where was the place we went in Japan that had like a drink bar? It was like a brunch place.
Jason's?
It was an English name.
I know. Jason.
And it was styled like Shoney's or a Denny's.
Yeah,
it wasn't a Shoney's or a Denny's.
It had a name.
Jonathan's. It was Jonathan's. That was it.
Yeah, Jonathan's. Yeah. They had pancakes.
They did.
And they put mayo and tomato on them. And I said,
I think I ordered a parfait. And it had a fruit in it I had never had before.
Yeah, that was a different experience. I was like, oh. This is not familiar to me. Okay.
They do not do that anymore. Good.
Yeah, we also went, whenever we were in Japan, me, Dan, and Alex went to Denny's, and we're like, oh, let's go to Denny's and get breakfast food. But Denny's in Japan stopped serving breakfast at like 11 a.m. And we were like, oh no. So we ordered something completely different. They had like spaghetti, and I was like, I don't remember what I ordered. Someone got... Did Dan get the Dan noodles, or Alex got the Dan noodles? I think Alex did. Alex got Dan noodles. I don't remember. It's on a vlog. I can't remember it at this point. We got 29 months from Scolopendra, 40 months from Mopai SSBM, 17 months from Aspiring Rider 95. Is he being good?
I'm trying to pick him up and he's fighting me.
Oh, little fight boy. 300 bits from Chill Days that says, I'm stuck in bed, sick with the flu. Please stop being funny. It hurts to laugh.
Get well soon.
I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Being sick sucks. It sucks. Like even if you're sick with something even relatively mild, like just the what's the word? Malaise, the feeling like of malaise. Cold. Yeah, is just terrible.
Why?
So, good vibes to you. I hope that you recover very quickly. I hope you take a short nap and you wake up and you're like, I just feel good now.
There we go. Let's snuggle.
That would not be bad.
It's snuggle time.
500 bits from the Slick Duke, who says, Steven, we've had multiple instances now where you've had a bad time finishing food/drink. If you don't have to finish it, you don't have to finish it if you don't like it. Yeah. I won't finish this. It was water.
Okay, you're good.
But some things, you just don't want to waste. Don't want to waste anything. 3 different item crafting live says, some glorious day. This land will be blanketed in a network of Tim Hortons and White Castle, and all will be right in the world.
Never had White Castle.
I've never eaten at a White Castle. I've had White Castle food
from the freezer aisle,
but the freezer aisle, which is not the same experience. No. And I would love to. I've eaten at Krystal, which is like I would imagine a White Castle competitor because they sell very similar things. But I'd love to go to a White Castle at some point.
Is Krystal and Checkers the same?
No.
Okay.
You're thinking of Checkers and Rally. Checkers and Rally are the same restaurant. Chess says no one has had White Castle food because what they make doesn't qualify as food. Oh. Krystal is also bad. Like it's bad. Would I eat it again? Absolutely. But is it bad? Yes. It's absolutely terrible. I assume that White Castle is also abysmal. But there's something spectacular about going to the Krystal and order. They have a combo that it's like. So for folks who don't know what Krystal is, Krystal with a K. Like that girl, not the one with a C, but the one with a K. Krystal and White Castle focus on making tiny food. Not tiny food for like hamsters, but tiny food that is just tiny for the sake of being tiny. Kind of like donut holes, but burgers. Sliders. That's like their official name, right? Sliders. So Krystal has got a combo where you get like one of the burger sliders and a chicken slider, and then some other thing. I don't know what the third thing is. And then like a tiny hot dog. There's like 4. I don't remember what it is now. There's like 4 things. And I remember occasionally in college we would go to Krystal. And we would, even in college, we would remark about like, man, this is not good. But we can't stop eating it. Like, like this is definitely not quality food. But
No.
but it, you know, it's got enough of the special crystal dust on it that it makes you want to continue eating it.
Do you have to do this right here, right now?
Sorry, it has been years since I've had Krystal, and I'm just real curious. So I'm just gonna see where the nearest
Right
one
here, right
is. I wouldn't mind just, you know, finding out. Krystal. That's not. No, that's not the same type of no. It just can't. It showed me a Wendy's. Did you mean Wendy's? I was like, no. Those are different words. Wendy's? No, not Wendy's. What the crap?
It's trying to save you.
I think it is. Let me zoom way, way out so I can see the eastern seaboard and search it. Okay. Oh, wow. The nearest Krystal is in, like, Colombia.
Mm.
Oh, wait, no. No, we're not in Colombia. What is this? Where is this? Oh, in Aiken. Jesus. Can't get to Aiken. Oh, hi, buddy. Okay, well.
I ruined his bath time, so he's mad.
Oh. Oh,
not mad. He's just not happy.
Those are different things, of course. Huh. Man, Krystal locations are weird. They're really weird. They're in strange places. They're in certain states, but it's almost... And I don't know if this is, like, intentional. It looks like they put the crystals on the borders of states. Like, I'm looking at it, and they're like around the borders of states, and I'm like, where? They're not in the states. You know, far be it from, you know, for me to decide what the best location for places is, but it just seems like a kind of weird thing to do. There are Krystal Tri-Counties! Ooh, I just really want Krystal.
Too bad.
I know. When you see something you haven't had in a while, suddenly you're like, oh, I want to taste that again. You know, it doesn't matter that it's not good. Just want to taste it again. Anyway, 24 months from Nanocarp Zero. Congrats on the 2. We also had 23 months from Furious Kitty, 29 months from Thunderstriker. 500 bits from Zado says, imagine if every bubble on that hot chocolate picture was actually an eye. That seems like it would be too many eyes. Although it would be a good...
Biblically accurate hot chocolate. Noah's there.
That's not the direction I was going to go, but you know what? Your direction's better, so I... Be not afraid.
Okay.
Okay. If you say so. We had 27 months from 63 fills. And 300 bits from Furious Kitty says, still sick, so I'm staying home another week. Surgery unrelated to the cold scheduled in 10 days. Stay healthy, everyone. Good vibes, doubly so. Because you got surgery coming up, but then also you're trying to get better. Yeah, being sick sucks without a T. I mean, also being stuck sick is also bad. Yeah, I hope I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've noticed is that sometimes I feel better once I get out of the house.
Well, we gotta go run to the vet to pick up new food prescription for him today.
Yeah, so maybe, you know.
And I'd like to run to a Home Depot or Lowe's or something.
A Home Depot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh man, it would be appropriate to run beans during bean time.
That's what I was thinking.
Look at this. Beans on beans on beans. I feel like my hair looks bigger on the bean background. Is that an optical illusion? I feel like I have like Jerry Seinfeld hair. I need a haircut.
Yeah, we've mentioned.
I know, but I just...
Message your mom. Right now. Hey, Mom. I know it's your anniversary on Thursday, but could we get dinner and I could get a haircut?
Oh, no, I wouldn't. No, I would never do that. I'm just going to send... I'm just going to send an emoji of someone getting a haircut. With a question mark. Oh wait, it's messages, so I can do it where it like fills the screen with the emoji. That's what I'll do. So when you open it, it's just a bunch of those emoji. Done. Anyway.
Oh, my watch does that too.
Neat.
It fills the screen with the emoji.
Perfect.
I didn't know it did that.
Perfect. 500 Subsati says, "Oh, I do have bits for coffee. I had toast for breakfast for the first time in a while, but I'm still trying to get the timing right. I don't own a toaster, so I do it on the grill. I almost didn't burn them today." Well, I've got good news. Toasters normally ruin toast anyway.
Yeah.
So, in some respect, I actually think that it'd be better to just do it on the grill. Most toasters are terrible. I mean, they're just... In fact, I would say that you actually have to spend a ton of money to get a toaster that doesn't suck. Like I would say like at bare minimum 3 digits to get a toaster that doesn't burn things. We have a toaster that is not $100, and it's extremely uneven. And I just don't know how we haven't figured this out.
Yeah.
We put people on the frickin' moon. And it's like, well, how do we evenly toast bread? And it's like, it's impossible. Have you bought the $400 toaster from Mitsubishi or whatever? Like that one we figured it out. All the other ones, can't do it. No idea. It's impossible. 28 months from Layla 3. And Furious Kitty gifted a sub to Giggletail. Ace of Eights is lying. I have never had any problems with toasters, even cheap ones. How? How?
One side is always slightly more burned.
It's... There... You cannot, in this world that we live in, you cannot insert a piece of bread into any toaster that's not like the $400 Mitsubishi one. You cannot do it and have it look like the same shade on both sides, top to bottom. You just can't. I've owned so many toasters and used so many toasters over the years. It does not happen. It's got like it's a gradient. It's like a gradient, and then one side is a little bit. It's like there are folks. Okay. Here's one of things.
Maybe for Christmas,
one
I'll
of two
get you
things
a
is
nicer
happening.
toaster.
One of two things is happening here. Either folks have not as high of expectations of the toaster as I do, or they really are using toasters that are like perfect. And if you have a toaster model that does that, I want to know what it is. Because our toaster does not work that way.
I did not have a toaster growing up.
Mm-hmm.
We had a toaster oven, but it's smaller than the one we have down here. And you'd put the toast in it, and you'd push the thing down, and then the thing would pop up when it was done. Like there was like a little knob that was like this big, and it just went doot 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 doot. It worked great.
There's got, you know, there has to be a better way. You know what would work? What if you had... Okay, so the whole thing, right, is that you got these rows of heating coils inside that are heating the bread.
Yes.
The most efficient way to do this, if you wanted even cooking, would be to apply heat evenly, right? So here's what you do. You take, I don't have a good name for it, so I'm going to use the word anvil. You take.
I'm going to go back to bed.
No, follow me, help me, because you know some things that I don't. You take 2 anvils, right? You take 2 anvils. One would have to be a very light anvil, so not a heavy anvil. A heavy one and then a not heavy one. You heat them in a fire. You put the toast on the heavy one, and then you put the light one on top. There's probably something other than an anvil.
A sandwich press?
That's why you should not go to bed. That's why you should...
But it would compress the bread.
Okay, well, I don't want to do that. I just want a light touch.
Do you want a salamander?
You can't just... Listen, all I know is anvil. When we talk about things, when we have a human language discussion, we have to come from a place of things that we know. I watch Looney Tunes, and because of that, I know about anvils. So I'm using that as a base of reference because it is metal and it is flat.
Uh-huh.
So something metal flat, apply on both sides to evenly do it. Metal plates.
I made myself laugh with salamander.
This is the angriest breakfast stream I've ever watched. Really? Because it's definitely not the angriest thing I think we've ever discussed. I feel like we've been more enthusiastic about breakfast in the past.
This is a salamander.
That's a toaster oven.
Kinda. It looks kind of more like a pizza oven to me.
Yeah. What?
The top part is the hot part, and you can, like, lower it down towards something.
But the bottom doesn't get hot?
I think it does.
Oh, so it's a toaster oven.
It's a broiler. I think it might only do the top.
I mean, that would... But that's not as good as something just touching all parts of the bread at once.
Yeah, only the top goes hot. You put it in and then you lower. As close as you want. Brandon had to leave for the salamander part?
Doesn't want to hear about salamanders. That's kin. 666 bits from Furious Kid. It says, just heat the toast with some olive oil in the pan. So, okay, there's nothing... Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with doing food items, like, if you want to make toast, like, in alternative ways, right? But the whole point of the toaster is for convenience. So you don't have to get out of the pan, you don't have to get olive oil, you just right in the toaster, hit the button, and you're done. I just want to find a toaster that, like, does that really well. Because can you do it in the... Yeah, you can do things in a variety of ways that might be better. And, like, that would work, too, because the olive oil is helping you to evenly apply the heat.
Why couldn't you just use the wire rack in the toaster oven and throw bread in there?
It's just, it's the convenience. It's the convenience. And if folks really do truly have cheap toasters that are making perfect toast, I just want to know about it.
So, Haley's dad likes old radios, like the old tube radios.
Yeah.
And they had, like, over 50 in their house, and he will fix them all so, like, they all work. And they also had this collection of old toasters on their wall.
On their wall?
In the kitchen. They had, like, a shelf, and there were, like, 4 old toasters.
Oh, did they work?
Yeah, because Haley said one time, like, their modern toaster stopped working, so they took one off the shelf and just used it that morning. Like, when she was younger.
It does make me wonder how good
they do.
Because, like, it feels like everything is in one of two directions.
Uh-huh.
Where they're like appliances or hard drives or like any like mechanical thing that's created, right, is either something that over time has gotten better or over time has gotten worse. Like the build quality or something is cheaper and it's gotten worse, or like the technology is improving and it's getting better. Sometimes both. Sometimes it's happening in both directions. So that's the kind of thing I wonder about. It's like, were toasters
getting worse?
Are toasters getting worse? Did toasters used to be really good? I don't know. Because then finding a vintage toaster might be worth it. Although that's the sort of thing that feels like it would burn your house down. Because I don't want it to burn my house down. I got my phone to do something.
Toaster?
I picked it up. No. Picked it up.
Toaster. Vintage toaster.
What was I doing with my phone? I was like, oh, I need to do this thing, and I picked up my phone. Where do I get food, Anvil? I don't remember now. I sent the thing about the haircut. I don't remember. 42 months from Great Ass Fairy.
Your mom said thumbs up.
Good. I will get one at some point in the near future. I have no idea what I was going to say. It's fine. Let's talk about today. Today is Tuesday. That's it. That's all I know. There's probably more to today, and I don't know what it is.
Water.
Water today? Oh, the background.
Disc only?
Oh, disc only is not happening. Disc only is not happening. One of the members is ill, so we are skipping disc only. So it's not me. It's not me. Yeah, Tom has COVID, so because of that, we are gonna do a skip, and that's okay. I don't know when we're gonna do it, because I don't think it's gonna be next week either. So it's gonna be probably closer to the end of the month. So no disc only. Good vibes for Tom, and then we'll reconvene for disc only at another time.
Yeah.
Not sure when. And then otherwise, did your full version come out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you haven't seen Mal's full version, it's out. If you want to watch the full version of her painting Vermilion from Pokemon Let's Go. And then,
What's that face?
just trying to remember anything at all. I don't know. That's it. Vlogs when I'm able. I'm working on it. The next one's real good. The next it's just a little complicated because multiple people shot vlog footage. So I will try very hard to get that out today.
There's one ChefCon vlog out though.
Yeah, there's one out.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope I'll have the other one out today, unless something goes like terribly wrong.
We stayed in a really cool house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's footage from like 5 different people, I think, in one day, and that's it's an interesting hassle, right? Hassle is not the best word for it, but like it is. It's an interesting hassle because like you have to get the footage like first off like in the right order, but then also because the
contents are different.
Yeah, everything is shot differently. Even if it's shot on like iPhones, someone might be using the camera app, someone might be using Filmic. Some of the stuff is from Android, so like you have all of these different things.
Who's using Filmic?
Me. But like for my stuff, at least I already have like my stuff set up. Like I know how to do it. So, but for everyone else's, you have to get everything to match, and the big challenge is like trying to make sure all the audio sounds similar because everything's being recorded on different stuff. But yeah, I get it. I get it. I'll work on that. It's fun. Like, it's fun to get it to where, if someone watches it and they don't think about that.
Yeah.
That's the goal, is they don't want to think like, oh, this is...
Because you had footage from Brandon from the vlog that's out.
Yeah.
And that was it. No one else gave you footage from that day.
Yeah. Yeah, there's... And I think that was actually from JT. But, like, I had footage from Brandon and JT and Chaz and Dan and Emmy and me and you. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not 5. That's, like, 7. I think there's, like, 7.
On the next one?
There's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. We had 500 bits from Leaf. It says, so that begs the question, is it the quality of the bread or the quality of the toaster at fault? I mean, so my thoughts is that a good toaster, should evenly toast bread no matter the bread that you give it. Because all you're asking it to do is apply even
Especially commercially made bread that's like the same thickness.
sandwich bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't toast sandwich bread,
Yeah.
like what are you doing? That's literally all you do. That's the only thing you're supposed to do.
It's cut the same. It's not like hand cut where things might be thinner or thicker.
No, it's
Diagonal,
it's
yeah.
it's sandwich bread. It's perfectly sliced, and if it screws that up, which it does, it's like I can't help this. 40 months from Kazayumi, 41 from It's Destiny. We get a subscription from Entity of Justice.
Welcome.
And 18 months from Never Challenge a Chat. Wouldn't even think of it. I'm going to wrap up there.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for being here, and then also engaging in an experiment of human happiness by putting us under the sea. On Thursday, we'll be back with Breakfast Stream again, because that's what we've done for several years. That's what we've done for... Oh my goodness gracious. But wait, there's more! Don't leave without some calcium. Have some calcium for your bones.
From Kalen Lux.
Kalen Lux gifted 10 subs to Rojaniel Nidakdak, Plastermaster 2252, Dark Dream 7, Astro Alchemist 8, Rock 3683, 2 random words, Shanik, Mizcher, and Oddball Gamer. Kalen, thank you. Also, when was the last time you had a glass of milk?
A while.
So today might be the day.
No.
Okay.
No.
It won't be for me because I don't drink the milk. Oh my god, you know what I should do? You know what I should do?
What?
Next time we go out, and next time that place is a breakfast place, I should get a water and then a cup of chocolate milk. It's been years.
We could just go to the grocery store. It's cheaper. You get more.
Yeah, I guess it is. Trent is testing milk. Nope. Oh!
The void.
We return once more to the void. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We will be back on Thursday for more Breakfast Void.